What is good, YouTube, man? I'm back with another video today. I'm back. So, in today's video, we got us a 2021 Las Vegas Raiders 3-round mock draft today. That's what we got today. Now, real quick, I would like to give a shout out to the one and only Icy Nate. That man is a good man. He is a plug. If you want just quick Raiders news, man, he'll have it out there. His link to his Instagram page will be in the description. Quick shout out to Docs. That man is he put me on, bro. He put me on. So, one more thing. I don't know how the support just went so crazy last video, but y'all supported this last video. I got over 2,100 views, close to 2,200 views on this last video, and I can't express how much like that means to me. Like, that's huge, you know, just to get a video that will reach the 1,000 view mark, and then for y'all to double that, man, that's crazy. I really appreciate that support so much, and it's also over 100 likes. Like, I love that, man. Real quick, I did learn that likes apparently put your videos out into the recommendations box more. So I guess y'all been hitting that like button enough. So man, 2,000, almost 2,200 people seen that last video, and like I said, I can't stress enough how much that means to me. I mean, it just makes me like so glad to be able to put out videos for you guys, and that's why I'm here right now recording another one for you. And I don't know what to say. I also reached over 500 subscribers last night. I mean, not last night, but throughout the day. I was on my break at work, and I was scrolling down through my page, and I seen that we reached over 500 subscribers, man. Like, that's so, it's greatly appreciated. It is. It really is, and I can't stress that enough. But enough with the yipper yapper. Let's get into the video, which is what y'all wanted to see, and in this 3-round Raiders mock draft. Now, let's get into it a bit. So, at 17, we had really two ways that we can go. Now, if you ask me, tackle and safety are our biggest needs. I think everybody would say that. Everybody that's a Raiders fan would say that at the moment. Tackle and safety is the biggest needs at the moment, right? I would say so. I think y'all would say so. So, in this mock draft, I went with safety from TCU, Trayvon Moehrig. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Trayvon Moehrig, whew, he's a hitter. He's a safety. He's a deep high safety. He's a true safety. He's a back end safety. He could do it all, man. He's a true deep third, deep high safety, which is literally the exact fit that fits this defense, right? It's not only a need, it's possibly a best player available at what will solidify our defense, right? So, with Trayvon Moehrig, I know that we all, coming into free agency, we're all kind of raving about Marcus Williams from the Saints, but then he got tagged. But let's talk about it. So, Marcus Williams was one of our favorite guys, one of our favorite targets before he got tagged. Why? He was our favorite target because he's a true deep high safety, he's a true cover safety, and he can cover the backhand on his own, and he could create turnovers. Well, why not get a cheaper, younger, and maybe even a higher ceiling than Marcus Williams in Trayvon Moehrig, man? I like this kid a lot, bro. I call him a kid like I'm not, but I like Trayvon Moehrig a ton, man. That man sticks to players like glue and man. And bro, he can, oh my goodness, he could cover. He can cover lights out in that back end in the zone. And that's all you really need not all you need in this defense, but that's all we need in this defense at the moment, unless you want to rock out with Jeff Heath back there, right? So I like this a lot. I really do. It might be a bit of a reach, right, at 17. But like I said before, it's never a reach if the pick pans out, right? It's never a reach. We'll never complain if Trayvon Moehrig becomes a Pro Bowler in his first year. If he becomes a All-Pro in 3 years, we'll never complain. So yeah, I like that a lot. Also, some of y'all might think, well, for a guy like Trayvon Moehrig, we could trade back a couple spots and we could still get him. Yes and no. I'd say if you traded back 3 spots, yeah, you could still get him. But
I was always thinking maybe trade back with the Browns or trade back with the Ravens, and the more that I thought about it, that won't work because a team that recently just whiffed on a safety, John Johnson, in the free agency period was the Jags. The Jags have a pick at 23, and they would go out and with ease grab Trayvon Mullen, man, with ease. Now, that's why I feel like at this point we might as well just pick him at 17. Go ahead, get our guy, and get on with the day, right? So, moving on from that, at pick 48, we pick up offensive tackle from Michigan, Jalen Mayfield, man. Jalen Mayfield, he's a beast, bro. He is a beast. I like him a lot. Now, y'all might be wondering how come we didn't get a Cosme, a Darisaw, why didn't we go Jenkins in the first round? Why didn't we get a Liam Eichenberg and maybe put him to the right side? Well, for the simple fact that, one, tackles are hard to come by in this league, right? And in this draft where we are extremely deep in tackles, teams will be going after and trying to get their tackles of the future so that they don't have to worry about that anymore. And honestly, 48th overall pick is a bit of an awkward position because you're just inside the top 50, but by our pick, we won't have our fair share of tackles to choose from. And Jalen Mayfield from Michigan, he is very nice for our pick. He's not too big, he's not too small, pretty agile guy, can kill you in the run game. I really just like this pick in this draft. Nobody really fell. Cosme didn't fall to the second round. I know it's possible. I hope that it does because Cosme is a beast. But I think that Jalen Mayfield is not a bad option at all. I think that if you get Jalen Mayfield in the second round, 48th overall, that's a good pickup, in my opinion. I would like to know what y'all think about that. I would like to know if maybe y'all wanted to trade up in the second to solidify our tackle spot. But as we all know, we got two back-to-back picks in the third round. We have two. We have 79th and 80th. Last year, I believe we had 82 and 83, or it was 83 and 84, something like that. So 2 years in the third round with back-to-back picks. Who I went with for the 79th overall pick was another safety by the name of Hamza Nasir-Dean, safety from Florida State. I like him a lot, man. I'm high on him. I really am. And in the third round, I like it because he won't really be. Here's my thing, right? Jonathan Abram he's been a bit injury prone in his career, right? He had that crazy weird injury in his labrum, tore up his shoulder period in his first year. We had last year the scares against the Saints, and then it looked like he was all out of whack in the Patriots game. I think we just need overall depth in the safety position, and we have some depth for free safety because let's say worst comes to worst, we like Trayvon Mullen goes down, and I mean, Jeff Heath is proven to be a viable safety as a backup, and you can still get somebody like Trey Boston in free agency. Now, Hamza Nasir-Dean, I like him because he is a very, very good box safety. Now, we don't really have a backup box safety to back up Jonathan Abram in case the worst happens. I really like this pick. There was, what's his name? The safety from Indiana State was also at the board at this time. I chose to go, his last name was Johnson. I chose to go with Hamza Nasir-Dean for the fact that I feel like for the box, he has higher potential than Johnson. I'm talking about an Indiana State safety. I like Hamza a lot. I really do. He's a good, pretty versatile too. He could play the back end a bit. I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you just got Trayvon Mullen. But I really do think that Hamza is a viable option at 79, man. You need depth. I think our best option is to go out and get Trey Boston, go out and get Trayvon Mullen. You keep Jeff Heath. You draft Hamza to back up Abram. Especially you want to just have competition in general. That always brings the best out of people. Always. So competition is the way to go. And I think I think safety, you still need to get maybe 2 or 3 in this year's draft, right? Even if you get Trayvon Mullen. So, now, for the 80th overall pick, because we have back-to-back picks, I went with I was thinking about it myself, right? I was thinking about it myself. Now, we need a true slot corner, right? And Paulson Adebo was on the board. I really wanted Asante Samuel, but 80th overall, that he won't be there, right? So I went with 2 years back to back. We went with Ohio State corner Shaun Wade. I understand we don't have the best track record with Ohio State corners, but man, if you were to go out and get a Brian Poole, you would only have him for about a year or two. If you were to go get Sherman, you would only have him for about a year or two. I think that Shaun Wade, under a good coach, under a good defense in general, under a good defensive coordinator, I think all of our guys would just be better. And Shaun Wade, honestly, is a true slot corner. I know that there's the option of moving Damon Arnett into the slot, but also reuniting Damon Arnett with a fellow member of Ohio State crew might also push him to, to really grind even harder. I'm not saying he hasn't been grinding. That boy has been grinding. Shaun Wade for the 80th overall pick, I think was not a steal by any means, but I think that it was a good pick. You get your slot corner, maybe not of this year, but you get your potential slot corner of the future. You got Hamson Nasir-Dean as your backup to Jonathan Abram, because you need a backup box safety no matter what. You just need depth at safety, period. We needed depth at corner, period. We got that. You get offensive tackle from Michigan, Jalen Mayfield, who I think is very, very, very underrated in this class, that is very loaded with tackles. And you get Trayvon Morgan the first. So 3 out of our first four picks in this draft were defense. I like that. Now, I do think that with John Gruden, after if we do go 3 out of 4 in the first 4 picks on defense, I do think he's gonna go out and get a tight end. He's gonna go out and get a receiver. He might even, I don't know, he might do something else, right? With those next 2 picks, I think he might go out and get a receiver. He might go out and get a tight end just for depth, right? But just players that he wants to play around with, right? So, I mean, let me know what you guys think, though. I think that this is a very, very, very solid draft. I know how the Shaun Wade from Ohio State is going to get a bit of a bad name. We haven't been the best with Ohio State corners, but honestly, was it the Raiders in general, or was it Paul Gunther, right? I mean, you got to think about it. Garyon Conley had to play under Paul Gunther. Damon Arnett had to play under Paul Gunther, bro. I mean, I think that we're gone from the worst part of the Raiders, right? Like, Paul Gunther was just horrible, and I really think that our best signing of this offseason was our defensive coordinator. That was our best signing, because we got Yannick Ngakoue because of him. We got Quentin Jefferson because of him. And, bro, people are going to want to come and play for the Raiders because of him, bro. And let me know. I'm going to just give you the rundown again. Just the first 3 rounds, we got Trayvon Morgan out of TCU. We got Jalen Mayfield out of Michigan, offensive tackle. We got Hamson Nasir-Dean at 79th overall, safety from Florida State. I like that a lot. Very good backup for Jonathan Abram. Also can apply the pressure on Jonathan Abram, because competition is huge. It brings the best out of people. And Shaun Wade, the 80th overall pick. I think that that's fair. I think that that is a good first 3 rounds. If we went out and did this in the first 3 rounds, man, I would love it. Like, for real. Now, real quick, I know I touched up on this in the last video about Jaron Reid, and now we're supposedly really into Jaron Reid. Bro, I've said this before. If he comes onto our team, he is our #1 defensive tackle. I think that if you get Jaron Reid, that means that you either try and trade Maurice Hurst this year before the trade deadline, or you let Maurice Hurst play it out, and then you just let him walk in free agency. I would love to bring in Jaron Reid. He had 10.5 sacks in 2018, and last year had 6.5. He would have led our whole defensive line last year in sacks. We can't just write him off. Also, he played under Gus Bradley for 1 year. He's played in Seattle, where they basically have just kept that whole 4-3 under cover 3 kind of scheme ever since he left. So I really would love Jaron Reid. There's a whole lot of teams that would be into him, so that's why I don't think it's a huge thing. But also, Jaron Reid and Quentin Jefferson did play together at one point in Seattle. He also did play under not Paul Gunther. He did also play under DC defensive coordinator Gus Bradley. So there's a shot, right? If we were to let all the chips fall in Jaron Reid, I would be fine with it. We would be able to have the money for it because you got to think about it. Not everybody's going to make the roster at all. I mean, we're going to have to make a couple of cuts. So, not a couple. We're going to have to make a decent amount of cuts. So, yeah, man. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this 3-round mock draft. 4 picks in the first 80, man. 4 picks. 2 back-to-back. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, before I go, just real quick, like, comment, and subscribe if you can. And shout out to everybody who supported that last video like crazy. And that'll be it for today, Raider Nation. Peace.